Good evening and welcome back everyone. Now to the final game of the evening. We have a huge clash coming up tonight between Stirling Braza and Perth United. Two teams really looking for a win. Braza have struggled a lot of late, and whilst they've been competitive in most of their games, they've really struggled to get that win over these last few weeks. And Perth United, much improved this season, will look to continue to make that push towards the top 6 and potentially a finals berth. As we go through the team lineups for the evening, we have Stirling Braza lining up tonight with Joshua Band, number 11, Sean Burnett, number 6, Juan James, number 26, Fabio Cordova, 35, Nicholas Canas, 7, Oslin Escobar, 8, Wesley Vanagar, 16, Bailey Pilton, number 10, and Danny Boy, number 27, rounding out their lineup for the evening. And that's good defending there by Escobar, forcing it into touch as we move through Perth United's list for the evening. Alexander Robert, number 16, Brian Santa Banez, 6, Mohamed Shoksi, 7, Nicholas Soto Cabello, number 8. And that's almost going to just find side netting. Big opportunity there for Kredowitz. But we have Jan Chok, number 10, Alexander Kredowitz, number 11, Robert Michalak, number 23, Luciano Cretin, 19, and finally Philip Alamov, number 12, rounding out the lineups for tonight's game. Pretty intense start to start proceedings. Obviously, Perth United had that main chance just a moment ago. Here's Kredowitz. Kredowitz keeps it in. He's been big for Perth United this season so far. Chok goes to that far flank. Now Kredowitz can't get to that one. James as well. As does Alamov here. Alamov can't get that one to Kredowitz. The ball bobbles around a bit. Well done by United there. Looks like it's going to be last off of Braza. And a yellow will come out and is handed to Juan James for a bit of contact as the ball had already gone into touch. It will be a United ball long down the line, and Chok can't get anything on that one. Braza will retake. James will bring it back into play through Ban. Couldn't quite control that, couldn't get his foot to it there, Escobar. And now United will reset. Kredowitz goes all the way back. He'll get it back now from Cabello, but he'll lose it and Braza will retake. A fairly even start to start the evening. Escobar does nicely. Chok will let that run out. United will take the ball back. We've had two thrilling results in the first 2 games of the evening. Longabata just fell short against Inter Perth in a pretty chaotic game. And the Arkham Eagles overcame a 4-0 deficit as Kredowitz can't quite finish that. Good saving goals. The Arkham Eagles did overcome a 4-0 deficit to get over the Condors in a 5-4 win. Here's Chok to Cabello, cuts it inboard. Can he get it to his Alamov? He can, but Alamov can't finish. And the Perth United lineup off to a good start so far. Haven't been able to finish yet, but they've had the start they've wanted. Got a few opportunities to really test it out for Braza. Here comes Escobar down the flank. Takes on Alamov. Still going, cuts it inboard. Well done in goals. Forces the corner. Such a crucial game. So many implications for the season and almost banned. But if Braza do lose this, they really start to lose track of the rest of the ladder. And if United win, they can start to create a bit of separation with that mid-table and make a real push towards that top 4. And Ban gets in the way of that one there. Long ball, doesn't get to Alamov. Ordered by Burnett. Here's Chok. Escobar wins it, but loses it now. Kredowitz. Escobar gets there. Still going. Escobar gets it to Burnett. Resets to James. Now Ban. Back to James. Uses Burnett on that far flank. Tries to get it back to James, just out of his reach. Long ball. Turned over. Escobar, Burnett. Long ball finds James. James! Massive save. A certain goal there saved. Alexander Robert in goals. With a big moment. Probably one of the biggest opportunities so far in this game. Chance to ban. Can't get it done. Now off go United. Cabello, can he get that one through? He can't. Kredowitz's run stopped. Now Ban. Goes to Burnett. Ban again. Burnett, now Nicholas Canas has just come on. Can he have an early impact in this game? In his second season for Braza. Canas, there he is. Finds Ban. Back to Canas. Good ball, but just behind him. Probably should have done a bit better there. Canas found himself out of position. It was a good ball. There's a long ball. James and Alamov fight over it. It'll end up in the keeper's hands. Canas. Back to Ban. Substitution made for Braza. And here he is having an early impact. Bailey Pilton. Ban back to Pilton. Takes off towards goals, but well done in defence. Canas ends up with it. Turned over. Kredowitz. He should finish this. Kredowitz gets past the keeper almost. Massive moment in goals. Kredowitz, so hard to stop on that counter-attack. But a massive moment. Now Ban. Can't get it through to Pilton. Alamov past Burnett, but not past Canas. The ball will go into touch. Santabanez. Taking his time with Burnett, waiting. All the way back. Now Kredowitz. All the way back again to Cabello. Almost a hand in there from Canas. It's going to end up with Alamov. Burnett's going to get in the way of that and happily let that end up with the keeper. Long ball. Turned over. Here's Cabello on the counter-attack. Not quite. Canas gets a head in, as does Ben with his boot. Now United ball still bobbling around. And they'll go all the way back to Santabanez. Now Wesley Vanegas is on for Braza. And here he is. Here's a chance. Will he have a shot? Tried to find that back post, but couldn't get it through past Cabello. But he'll end up with it again. That's a good ball. Ban has space. And Santabanez there to mop up that mess. And Canas. We'll bring it back in. Finds Vanegas. Vanegas inboard to Canas, back to Vanegas. Back heel to Ban. Pilton. Vanegas. Ban. Does he find Vanegas? He does. Controls it well. Can he get a shot off on the left? He can, but massive, massive deflection coming off Santabanez. Big block. Now a chance for United going the other direction. Santabanez with the shot. Big save. Massive, massive save by Boy. Now take a corner though. United, there's a chance and just high. Just high off that shot. Definitely worth a chance there. Worth an attempt, Cabello. And now Cordova. Inboard to Canas. Canas out to Vanegas. Finds Pilton. Pilton, can he get it through to Cordova? Brilliant ball, but just miscontrolled. And that allowed the defender to get there. Cabello It was a brilliant ball by, I think it was Pilton. But not made the most of there by Braza. And it's been the tail of their season in a lot of ways. Braza always seem to have a lot of opportunities, but can't quite find those finishing touches. That ball's going to go into touch. And it will be Vanegas. Cordova, back to Vanegas. Cordova again. Good ball. Can he find Vanegas? He can't, though. Well intercepted by Cabello. Santabanez now. Resets. Patiently. They'll move the ball around nicely here. Cabello tries to get it in. Couldn't find Santabanez. Vanegas now. Turns it over. But Cordova's there. And that will be off Cordova. So United will get an opportunity here. Got a lot of space on this close flank. There's Cabello, nice cut outside. Still going, but Canast this time gets a foot in. And there's a chance, and it's finished! What a goal that is! And United get the first goal of the evening. Luciano Cretin off the left, straight past Boy in goals. And what a start for United. You see on the replay, bang! United get off to a flying start. Could not have asked for a better connection there. Could have Cretin. And that may be an early contender for goal of the round. Canast, Cordova, Vanegas. Chance, and that should be finished, it is! The immediate reply, Nicholas Canast. And Braza so often this year have let a lead go early and then got blown out early. But that right there is a good sign of things to come. They needed that immediate response and they got it. As you see that back post, Canast waiting there, and it'd be harder to miss that than to finish it. It was a brilliant ball. And yeah, United will lose it here and Canast will take. Or it might actually in fact be a United ball. Dangerously, Canast was lurking. Now Robert. Long ball, Pilton just over his head. Chance for another one, and it is another one! What a goal! That one probably should have been saved, but 2-1 is the score. That's all that matters. Robert Michalak with the finish. And really came out of nowhere, and a touch on it from Boy in goals, but just managed to get through somehow. And that hard work by Braza to equalise has now come undone within the space of, we've probably seen about 3 goals in 60 seconds. Vanegas, block there. Vanegas still has it. Now he takes off, goes out wide. Cordova cuts it in past Kredowitz. Canast, can Braza reply immediately? Vanegas keeps it in somehow. It'll be turned over, Kredowitz. Defended by Vanegas, who wins it. Still going, can he control it? Canast gets in there. That's going to be out of the reach of everybody, and it's going to end up with Robert, with Boy. Canast takes off, Chock behind him. Finds Cordova. Cordova will lose it, and it will be a United ball. Send Cretin. Kredowitz, now Choxy. Might get it back here. He does. Now on the left. Still going United. Chance. Cretin, not this time. But still going United. Chock. Is that a foul? No foul called. Pilton takes off. That foul will be called. And United won't like that. And that'll be a yellow. And you see Choxy speaking to the referee about the earlier foul not called on Boy. It was brilliantly done by him in goals. But the foul that was called was definitely no complaints there. The yellow given. Vanegas and Pilton try to draw something up. Looks like it will be one of them taking. Vanegas lining up. Has Cordova and Burnett to choose from. Here's a shot, but just wide by Pilton. And now United take off. Nice little flick by Chock, keeps it in, gets a shot off. Not going to trouble the keeper there, Vanegas. Burnett does well, all the way back, Pilton. Vanegas, so experienced Vanegas, as is Kredowitz, who is not happy with that, and he will end up getting the ball. Chock goes all the way back into defence. Burnett defending. There's a long ball to Chock. Just out of his reach. Good attempt though. Definitely the right idea, the execution, just not quite 100%. Now Burnett. Long ball finds Pilton. Pilton can't beat Chock. Chock's had a huge impact this season as well for United. A number of big moments, including a ceiling goal against the West Coast Cobras in what was probably the upset of the season so far. As Burnett now goes back to Vanegas. Back to Burnett, gets a shot off, dangerously lurking, but going to end up with Robert. Fairly comfortably in the end. Now Choxy. Back to Kredowitz, now Choxy again. Nice ball, finds his man in that target position. Choxy still going, turns it over. Now Vanegas, he takes it one way, now goes the other way, and almost for a moment I thought may have beaten Robert there, but just wide right. It's just over halfway through this first half of this final game of the evening. Here's Choxy. Burnett gets a boot in. And United have really come out of nowhere this season, soaring up the ladder. It's really been Perth United and Perth Longobarda who have been the real movers up the ladder this season. As Vanegas now. Braza have actually been a slider, not through lack of competitiveness, just through the inability to get some points. And that foul, Choxy will get a yellow, and he doesn't seem to be complaining at all. A yellow to Choxy, Vanegas went down. On comes Escobar. Ban. Good ball to Burnett. Slows it down, and don't know if he thought Ban was still running then, but he was absolutely not. United through Robert will go long. Can it be controlled well? It can. Choxy in defence. Kredowitz loses it. Chance for Escobar. Can they equalise? Vanegas might have a shot, or he might go to that back post, but well defended. Tried to find Burnett at that back post, but made a good run, Burnett. Now Escobar finds Ban. Escobar takes his time. Now Vanegas, who also takes his time, patient, is the way that Braza are moving the ball at the moment. Burnett. Escobar. Josh Ban almost lost it there. Still has it, and it's going to be off him. And Choxy will take. Robert. Long ball there. Kredowitz will take from the sideline. Now Cabello to Choxy. Long ball. Can that be controlled? No, not in the end by Alamov. Vanegas, big collision. And who will the foul be called on? Two players going for the ball. It seemed to just be a big... It seemed like they both were going for the ball, and a contact made by both, and both went down. Will be called on Wesley Vanegas. Will be a United ball. Next goal so crucial in this game, especially for Braza. They don't want to drop their heads, especially given the form slump that they are currently going through. That ball doesn't get through from Cabello, but Robert will clean it up. Long ball by Robert, finds Alamov, does he? Bit of a tough one there for Alamov. Managed to get ahead to it, but it was always going to be tough to control. Escobar Just out of the reach of Vanegas, that one. Now Choxy. Off to Cabello. Kredowitz. Cabello, can he find Choxy just over him? He'll be taken in goals by Boy. Boy almost lost control of that ball completely and somehow avoids any consequences. Escobar. Ban. Burnett. Finds Escobar. Now Ban. Can he get it back to Escobar? He can. And big save. Massive moment by Robert in goals. I don't know if it would have found the net. It may have just been going wide left, but definitely a save required. It would have been tight. Escobar. Burnett will shoot and never really looked likely on that one. Robert. Long ball. Santabanez now on. And thought Choxy was there, but he hadn't made that run. But no danger, really. Escobar. Burnett. Goes back to Ban. That ball won't get through, but they'll keep possession, Braza, as James is now on. Has felt like a fairly quickly moving first half. Not a lot of balls going into touch. It's been fairly good movement. No timeouts called yet, so 6 minutes to go in this first half of the game. Here's Ban. Escobar trying to spread this United defense with some good movement. Here is Escobar. Gets a shot off, blocked. And they'll build again now, United. Cabello goes down the line. And in comes Escobar with a big stop. Long ball there. Alamov can't control it. And it'll be Braza's possession through Burnett. Give that off to Boy. Ban. Just behind Escobar. Escobar ends up with a chance for James, but Robert gets there just before him. Can Braza get that equaliser in the remaining 5 minutes of this half? Or will United go in to the halftime break with a lead? James dangerously playing around with that ball. In the end does well, finds Ban. Burnett to Escobar. Back to Ban. James. Takes his time. Escobar almost fell over. Trying to pull back, but he ends up with it now. And that almost got through at two players, but couldn't quite find James in the end, just out of his reach. And United will retake in goals now. Cabello. Santabanez back to Cabello. Alamov, Santabanez on the broadcast flank. That won't stay in, but it will be a United ball still. Cabello, clearly fitness is a strong suit of his. I don't believe he's had too many rests in this game. He's been on for a big portion of it. Alamov can't find anyone. Now James. He also can't control that, but they will have the opportunity here in a dangerous spot as Canast comes on. James to Escobar, now back to Ban. What can he draw up? He'll take his time, take the safe option with Canast and gets a shot off, but you're going to need to do better there to beat a keeper of Robert's quality. Long ball there, will come off Alamov. Will come off Canast, in fact, got that last touch. As Mitralak makes the move onto the court, chance. No real connection there from Santabanez. Big opportunity if he just got something on it. May have threatened Boy. As Robert makes the move out of goals. Wouldn't want to turn the ball over here, would Perth United. Michalak. Here is Robert back to Michalak. Santabanez. That ball gets through to Alamov. Almost out of bounds at one point and ended up receiving it. There's the shot blocked. And Robert will bring it back in. It's always good to see a keeper that can come and play out of goals as well. Has the skill set to be able to do so. We see a lot. We see it a lot with Daniel Formato. If that ball bobbles around a little bit, and it will end up being last touch off of United or off of Braza. In fact, it'll be a corner for Santabanez. Goes to Alamov. Now back to Santabanez. Does well. Gets a shot off. Canas with a good block. And pretty much the exact same scenario now presents itself. Santabanez this time goes to Cabello long. Santabanez, that ball just out of his reach by Cabello. Just wide right of the target. It seems fitting that the final game of the evening, of an evening with such high quality and close games, would also be close. And currently, we look like we're in for a good one. Santabanez. Has it here, Santabanez, and that's just gonna... The touch just betrayed Michalak in the end there, as the timeout is called by Stirling Braza. We'll be back with you in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back here in Subiaco. 2-1 the lead for Perth United with just over 2 minutes remaining. Braza desperate at the moment for that equalising goal. They had the first equaliser of the game and then conceded immediately, really what seemed from nowhere. And that ball just evades everybody. They've definitely had their fair share of movement, Braza, and it's been a similar story, as I've mentioned, all season, where they've controlled a lot of games but not finished. Alamov can't keep that in. So Ban brings it into Vanegas. Ban and Pilton combine there as they continue. Cordova now on. Ban. You can see they're one of the better, I'd say one of the better passing and ball movement teams in the league, Braza. Probably one of the top 4 or 5 teams in the league at doing so, but finishing hasn't been their strong suit this season. Here is Pilton And it will be called a United ball, much to the dismay of the Braza players. Alamov finds Michalak. That ball, nice idea, but execution was not there and couldn't find anyone in the end. Ban controls that ball well and a nice little move. Can he keep it? He can. And he goes out wide to Cordova. Cordova now. And if I like nice cut-in board, gets rid of it but loses it. And United on the counter. With a long ball to Michalak. That's a brilliant idea. And it won't amount to anything in the end, but he did find his target. Nice little back heel on that volley. And Michalak. And Cordova might have got a boot in there, and he did. I was very happy to let that roll into touch with Santa Banez. All the way back to Robert. Here's a long ball, which will sail past all of the United attackers. Ban will bring it back in. Just under a minute remaining. This game just slows down the intensity just for a few moments. Ban can't keep that in. Probably could have done better, but it wasn't an easy one in that either. There's a long ball for Michalak. Can he beat his opponent? He almost did, but Pilchen up to the task. Cordova takes it through the middle of the court. Now gets it past his defender, gets a shot off. But big block there by Cabello. Cordova brings it back in. We go long to Ban, or short to Pilton. He chooses the ladder. As that Ban shot looked menacing for a second, but just continued to gain height the closer it got to goals. As there's 12 seconds to go, Vandegas, Cabello, foul called on, looks like, or definitely a United player, may have been Cabello. And Braza have just under 7 seconds remaining to have one crack at this. They just go long. Vandegas does. Cordova can't control. And now United will get a chance to go long if they make a quick push. And they won't even try. Robert takes his time. And that will do it for the first half. Perth United will be very happy to go into the halftime break with that lead, and Braza won't be too dissatisfied with their performance, but obviously trailing is not what they wanted. So we will be back in about 3 minutes. So don't leave your seats, or go get a quick coffee or something, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Period, and he did it! Yusuf Period! What a goal! What an absolute score of the century! Yusuf Period!
Now Toth moves the ball forward, he might shoot, here he does! And almost found that top left corner. For a moment I thought it was in, but forced it. Welcome back to the second half. In this final game of the evening, 20 minutes of futsal left on Supa-Liga Friday night. No, I believe round 8, I believe, for the Supa-Liga, maybe round 8 or 9. But here is Perth United with a chance and finished. And that's 3-1. And what a goal that is. Santa Banez, I believe it was. And it took them all of 24 seconds to take that 3-1 lead. It may have even been Cretin. And that's Cretin's second goal, and in a very similar spot to his first goal, just on the other side of the court. And what a goal that was. Straight past Boy. And a foul may be called here, and it is on Canast, who is not happy about it. And tensions are starting to rise on this Braza lineup. And with a win here tonight, Perth United really start to make a real case to play finals this season. There's probably 3 or 4 teams who you would expect to play finals, but there's definitely a couple spots open. And that's a bit of a wasted opportunity there. As Escobar gets it to Burnett. And that'll be off of Burnett. And things just aren't going to plan again for Braza. Kredowitz. All the way back to Robert. That's going to just sail over everybody. Boy, good long ball. Burnett turns it over though. Cretin still going. Kredowitz now. Kredowitz still. Danger not averted yet. Cretin fighting over the ball with Escobar, but can't keep it in. He wanted the foul called for a forearm from Escobar, but no avail for Cretin. Now James. Burnett controls it well, some nice footwork. Escobar, back to James. Now Canast, loses it, Chock wins it, but Braza end up with it. Escobar with the ball, goes wide left to James. James all the way back to Burnett. Nice little bit of move there until the pass. Just out of the reach of James. And another goal from United would be a massive dagger. But a goal from Braza and all of a sudden they're back in it. So this game's not over yet. A long, long way to go, especially in futsal. Now Robert to Cretin. That one never really gave Chock a chance there. Long ball from Robert. Gets it through to Canast, and that would have been some sort of goal there off that long throw, but nowhere near it in the end. Here's Chock. Canast turns it over. Kredowitz. Nice back heel to Cretin. Cabello. That ball's going to go past everybody. Braza will take. Escobar. Chock there. Such a well-rounded team, Perth United. He shocked the West Coast Cobras early this season, and now Perth United performing well isn't a shock anymore. They're becoming a very consistent team. As here's a chance for Burnett. And that ball goes straight into the broadcast area. James out to Canast. Did he find Burnett? He did, but Burnett couldn't keep it away from United. Chock. Good ball to Kredowitz, and he can take off his quick. And that's a brilliant ball to find Chock, but they'll slow things down and no need to rush anything. And Chock goes down. A big bit of contact there by Kredowitz. No card given. There's definitely a push there. May have exacerbated the contact a little bit, Chock, but definitely quite a physical contest. Now the yellow is given to Canast. Chock will take it. Bit of a war of words between the two teams now. That's Canast is just getting a bit of a talking to. And yes, he would not want to continue down the path he's going down now, because we've already seen it once tonight through Rob Ladillo. 2 yellow cards within the space of a few minutes. Purely from not being able to keep silent. Canast comes off now, but you definitely don't want to get sent off unnecessarily. Cordova finds Ben. Almost Kredowitz. Now he gets there. He can take off. Here's a shot from Kredowitz. Can't beat Robert though. A boy though, in fact. Ban now. Cordova. They've got to answer Braza. They need a goal soon. They can't keep that in. It'll be a Braza ball. They've been massively in this game, but still down 3-1. Braza did lose one of their star players, Raul Pereira, earlier this season, and it has had a massive impact. Nice move by Ban, nice footwork. And that ball will just be out of Cretin's reach, you'd think. And it is. But the loss of Pereira was so crucial. They were in that game, they were playing into Perth, and it was, I believe, still no one had scored in that second half. And ever since that moment, when Pereira did go down, everything else has gone downhill as well for Braza. But things can turn around quickly. All it takes is a couple goals. And here is Cordova. Out wide, chance, and there it is. And Escobar credited with the goal. Braza get that goal they so desperately needed. And they're back in the game. We see that replay. Very well done finding Escobar, and slight deflection, bit of fortune, but you make your own luck sometimes, and to get into that position, they had to get there first. Now Braza, another goal, and all of a sudden we're all tied up when United seemed to have all the momentum just a moment ago. Well done there by the Braza team, putting a bit of a high press on Perth United as Choxy takes off with some nice speed and footwork. Kredowitz, beautiful little move there to get past Ban and gets a shot off, and almost a deflection. Wasn't going to be on target, but the deflection almost caused problems there for Boy. And here is Cabello. I've mentioned it once before, but I cannot remember him coming off for most of this game, as United now, with the lead, have decided to play a bit of fifth man action, just with Robert playing a bit of fly keeper, which is always exciting for the viewers. Maybe not so much for the fans of the team playing that fly keeper or that fifth man, because it is very nerve-wracking. One mistake can be so costly. And that's a nice little move by Cabello down the line. Kredowitz goes down, no foul called. It will be a United ball. Here's Choxy. Alamov now made the substitution on Choxy. Nice little move. Cordova doesn't fall for it though. Trying to move it around through Alamov. Long ball by Cabello. Too much on it for Kredowitz. This has definitely felt like a much longer half. A few stoppages in play and a goal, or 2 goals in fact. Now Ban. Escobar does well. Good footwork. Now Vanegas. Chance for Cordova. That would have found the back of the net if not for the deflection. Big block there by Choxy. I think Robert wouldn't have got to that. As Pilton comes on, immediately gets involved. To Vanegas, back to Pilton. Controls it, no handball called. United want it, don't get it. Cordova, a bit of holding there. Does well to keep it. Pilton out wide to Vanegas. Now a chance for Vanegas off bandball. And a big save by Robert, catching the post. Massive, massive moment. Alexander Robert has been huge. Braza will take. And Braza seem to have gained the ascendancy in this game, controlling the possession, had a few opportunities now. That one there to equalise. This one gets through to Vanegas, tries to get it into the centre, can't quite square it up. Now Alamov controls it well. Can't find Choxy, but good idea there for United. Here's Cordova. There's a big collision there. But it'll end up going out, and it will be taken by United. Cabello, back to Robert. That ball down the line, finds centre Banez, and goes once again into the broadcast area of the stadium. Santa Banez brings it back into play. That ball by Cabello out of the reach of everyone. Intended target was Choxy. Here is Vanegas. Good ball to Pilton. And Braza have no real need to rush. They can just take their time, try and spread the defence of United. Find a hole, find a gap, and launch. Handball may be called there. It is called on Choxy. Choxy claiming it wasn't intentional. Handball is called though. We just have a slight stoppage in play. As Vandergas will bring it back in. And Vanegas. Good idea. Almost found Pilton's head, but not quite. Just behind him. Shoxy. Almost loses control of that. And now Cordova might win it. That looked like it was out. And it's called late, but the right decision. It will be Braza's ball. And Vanegas. May get it here. He does. Inboard to Burnett. Almost loses his footing. It'll be a Braza ball. Cordova. Back to Pilton, back to Cordova. Tries to get past Choxy to no avail. But now Burnett. Ball pops out to him. Cordova cuts it outside, keeps his feet. Big block by Santabanez. Cordova. Pilton to Burnett. Very, very much a Braza possession type game we're watching right now. That ball's going to get through though, and they might get punished. Player goes down over Vanegas. The ball will go in to touch, but United keep possession. Alamov gets a shot off. Massive save by Boy. Might have found either that bottom left or potentially a bit of woodwork from this angle anyway. Did appear that way. Santabanez send it all the way back to Robert. They take their time here. Alamov. Shoxy. Cabello. Good ball to Alamov and brilliantly controlled by him. And he'll keep possession. That ball will go out. Player down here. Looks like Cordova. Hopefully all is good with Fabio Cordova. No damage done by the looks of it, as United will bring it back in. And that's going to be way too high there by Cabello. Never really looked likely in finding Santabanez. That ball will be brought back in now by United. Cabello. Choxy. Alamov. Nice turn by Santabanez. Did brilliantly. Can he get a shot off? And right idea trying to find Cabello, but nowhere near him in the end. But it was a brilliant turn initially. Now James takes it down the line. Can he keep his footing? He can't. And cops a ball straight into him. James was not happy with that. But I don't think it was intentional. And Alamov is going to get a yellow for a clearance, which copped James while he was on the ground. Obviously wasn't intentional, but the yellow given. Good ball by Vanegas. Now turned over though. Wasn't as good as I thought. And that one will be out. Be a Vanegas ball again. Burnett wide to Pilton. James tried to get it past the defender. A foul will be called on James. Cordova went down. No card given, which I believe is what United are after. You can see some of the United fans as well indicating the same thing. Shock. Has it now. Braza putting a good amount of pressure on. Shoxy. That ball will go out. As Cabello and Santa Banners combine now. United still holding on to that 1-goal lead. They're so solid, United, in defence. They have been all season. They haven't had any games where they conceded a lot. Despite they don't play a possession game, they're so solid in not allowing balls to get past Alexander Robert in goals. Now Chock goes down, foul called on Burnett. Vanegas not happy with that decision. That is now 4 fouls for Stirling Braza, 3 fouls for United. So with 10 minutes to go, Braza wouldn't want to get another one and put themselves in that danger zone. Santa Banez goes short to Cabello. Pulls a tight ball forward over by Michalak. Now Chock, defended tightly by Ban. Chock still, a couple step overs. That's a beautiful move by Cabello. Gets it to Michalak, who loses it. Now a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 for Vanegas, and he might beat them all. But Robert, that final hurdle, Vanegas couldn't get past. So solid in goals is Robert, always. Now Ban, foul called. And they're not happy, Braza, but the foul is called. Cabello, the man to go down. As that right there is foul number 5 for Braza. And with about 9.5 minutes to go, we saw the Longobarda versus Inter-Perth game earlier tonight, where Longobarda ended up with about 7 or 8 fouls in one half. 3 penalties involved in that. Braza, if they want to win this game or at least scramble a point out of it, they cannot be giving away another foul. Here is Santa Banez. Braza set up defensively. Chance and almost. Not a bad drawn up play there. Cabello getting that shot off, but not going to get through everybody. Burnett, Pilton, Ban. Now Burnett. Good ball through, and what a goal! Bailey Pilton off that volley somehow got the exact connection he was after, and what a ball it was by Burnett to find that back post. And Braza level it up 3-3. And we see that replay, brilliant ball. And a brilliant finish that was. And Braza looked like they were in all sorts of trouble, but they've managed to claw their way back into this game. And now they're putting a bit of pressure on United. Kredowicz takes off. It will be his ball. Michalak. Santa Banez all the way back to Robert. Long ball. Can he find Kredowicz? Burnett's there. Michalak comes in from behind, and it will be his ball. Michalak will take. Back to Santa Banez. Cuts it in ball. Can he beat Vanegas? Almost. In the end, Vanegas will be very happy with that result. That foot in forced Santa Banez to overcook the pass in the end. Now, Ban will take. It's a good ball to Pilton. Pilton coming off the goal. Could he get another one here? Bailey Pilton down the line. Still has it. Off to Ban. He may have a shot here, Ban. I think that was just out of his reach. Now Ban! What a save by Robert. Massive save. I think initially Ban, his touch was a bit heavy, came back and ended up getting a huge shot off. But what a save. Robert has made so many of them. And a certain goal there avoided Burnett. Will this be Braza's win? And Ban almost just sailed over that crossbar. Roberts brings it back into play. Long ball, and that'll go out. Vanegas will bring it back in. You can tell how much this means to Braza. A win tonight, really get them back in to the season. Burnett, cleared there by Michalak. Very well done. Ban. Just got to make the most of this dominance in possession and the passing game, because they would be devastated if a counter-attack from United went the other way and gave them the lead, because they don't deserve to be this low on the ladder, Braza, with how competitive they've been. Can they get some points here tonight, or will United continue their form? Santabanez to Michalak, cuts it inboard brilliantly. Goes out wide to Chock. Chock a couple step overs. Burnett there. And Burnett wins out that time. Going to be brought back into play now. Kredowitz. Michalak goes all the way back. Now Kredowitz, one-on-one. Burnett does well. But Kredowitz will not be too dissatisfied with that. Unsatisfied. Kredowitz. Santabanez gets a shot off, blocked by Vanegas. Long ball out of the reach. And well done by Robert. For a moment I thought he was going to clear that. I was going to say why, but he's run over it very well. Now Robert will bring it back into play. Shock. Long ball, turned over. This is dangerous. Here comes Canas. Now Kredowitz. He can take off one-on-one with Ban. Gets past Ban, but can't beat Canas. As Canas will steady things back to Ban. And now Vanegas. 6 minutes or 7 minutes and just under left in this one. Canas doesn't quite get that through. Santabanez, too much on that. Ban was there. Vanegas loses it to Michalak. Michalak, nice move, still going. And he gets it to Kredowitz. They've got Chock at the back post. Still going Kredowitz. And Chock, I thought Chock probably should have shot there. Chock, if he had a left, he could have probably had a left foot shot, and Boy was out of position, but that extra pass allowed the defence to get back. Michalak, now Kredowitz. Tried to beat Canaston, couldn't. Pilton. In comes Jan. So Bailey Pilton will be the next man to come off for Braza, but he may get one here. He won't, didn't quite reach him. Michalak. Santabanez almost lost it. They cannot be playing around with it in this dangerous territory, can United. Because Braza will pounce. Here's Ben. Just over 5 minutes remaining. That might be turned over by Cordova. Managed to avoid that scenario, and he will keep it. Vanegas. Ben. Gets it through, Cordova loses it. Robert in goals. Here's Kredowitz. Cordova comes in, but still a chance. Straight at Boy. Now Boy goes quickly to Ban. Cordova gets it through. Nicholas Canast. Still going Canast. Canast somehow doesn't finish. Wide left. Thought for a moment he was going to finish that. Canast will get a corner. There was a deflection involved. Long ball. Josh Ban. Too high. This game is on a knife edge. So tight. And it could go either way. Braza, you'd have to say, are having the better of the opportunities, but still the scores are level. So we'll see the stats after the game. Long ball by Robert. And Canas goes down. Probably a bit easy there. Now Ban. Cordova doesn't get to him. Big by Cretin to break that pass up. Canas. Kredowitz. Interception. Finds Cretin after the Ban deflection. One-on-one. Now space for Cabello. Venegas with the block. Alamov goes back to Robert, who has Kredowitz, but he'll go to Cabello, who now might find Kredowitz, and it just copped a bit of netting on the way through. And it's unfortunate there for United because Kredowitz had the ball. And we know that he can do pretty magical things with the ball. Here go United on the counter. Alamov can't get to it. Now Venegas. Ban. Cordova may have turned it over here. Keeps it in. Now United have it. And it'll go down. Foul called. Foul called. It'll be United with the opportunity. No card given. A Cordova will come off. Cordova goes to the bench. United now. And that is, in fact, that's the sixth foul. The sixth foul for Stirling Braza, and somehow Braza find themselves in the same position again where they could go down if this penalty gets past Boy. Bit of discussion with referee Tyner Campos and every player on court. Such a tight game, and every decision is so crucial from referees and from players. And didn't seem to be a whole lot of complaints about the foul. Venegas, though, probably being the main one, not too happy. It'll be Cretin. Cretin has scored 2 goals already this evening. And Luciano Cretin can put Perth United in front with 3.5 minutes to go. Boy, the only thing standing between Perth United and the lead. Here's Cretin, and not even close on that one. Wide left and high. Now Venegas. Escobar Venegas! Just out of his reach, and he couldn't get the accuracy. Kredowitz takes on everyone. Still going Kredowitz. Still has it. Chance. Ends up with Boy. And that's going to be Robert. That'll be called. It'll be a Braza chance now. Still 3-3. What a game this is. And Venegas will take. Just a bit of discussion going on here. This band now will bring it back. He'll open the play up again. 3 minutes to go. Just a slight hold up. A yellow is given. The yellow card is now given. Vanegas. Burnett turns it over. Not quite in the end. Escobar did well to pounce, but United now get a chance. Still can ill afford to give away a foul. Braza, they did so well for about 7 or 8 minutes. But obviously slipped up about a minute ago, but got a reprieve with that missed penalty by Cretin. Here's Chalk. Long ball by Robert. Kretowitz there. Controls it well. Still going Kretowitz. Resets. Alamov. Cretin. Tries to turn around Burnett. In comes Escobar. Chalk mops that up. Alamov back to Chalk. Alamov. That'll be a deflection off of Escobar. Cretin. Alamov gets it in. Almost Kretowitz. Now a chance for Braza. That gets through. Too much there. And Robert will leave it, and so close to finding Kretowitz at that back post there, that Alamov ball. And that ball stays in. Vanegas. Alamov in there, as is Burnett. Now Chalk. Cuts it out. Almost loses his footing. And that's a foul, and it's going to be another 10-metre penalty. A very unnecessary foul. There was no danger there for Braza, and they've committed it. And just like that, United are going to get another shot. If a foul is going to be committed, you'd want to do it somewhere where you're saving a potential attack, but probably not very necessary. And now Perth United get that opportunity to take the lead. Alamov this time. And a big save. Boy gets it. Manages to thwart off that attempt. And Braza are still not down in this game. 7 fouls in this half, 2 penalties, both saved by Boy. Well, that was a save. The other one was high, as is that. I'll bring it back into play. Ban. That'll go out. Long ball. Turned over. Pilton now has a chance for Braza. Can they build something here? Can they take that lead and get the win they've been looking for weeks? Long ball by Ban. Chalk there. Ban pounces onto it. Kretowitz now, he does well to get it to Chalk. Chalk will leave it for Robert. Kretowitz turns it over. Here's Vanegas. Vanegas! Deflection potentially. And it is. So Braza get the chance. From the corner, Pilton, Burnett, Vanegas and Ban. Can they finish it? Vanegas didn't get much on that. Now Alamov on the counter. Goes wide to Cretin. Cretin to Kretowitz. And somehow another big opportunity doesn't find net. And it will be Braza's ball. This is long. Chalk there. Alamov. Cretin can't keep it in. Exactly 60 seconds remaining in this. Vanegas will bring it back into play. That ball's going to go past everyone. Ban. Can't get it through. Vanegas. Ball bobbling everywhere. Chance. Ban! Somehow Robert. Now they're off. Here go United on the counter. And that will go into touch. Deflection was there. Kretowitz. Kretowitz to Alamov. And very, very wasteful there. Could have done better. Long ball. Alamov gets a head in. Clears it well. Burnett now with 33 seconds to go. Ban long. Robert easily does clears that. Chance, Cretin. Vanegas gets a touch there, but it must have been off Cretin last. No complaints. 23 seconds to go. Turned over. Chalk. Vanegas. Now Kretowitz takes off, gets past Vanegas. 14 seconds to go. Can anyone get a shot off? 10 seconds. Alamov. Chance, Cretin. Good ball inside dangerously. Kretowitz. Can he get a shot off? He can't. It's going to be a Braza ball, and that will be game. It's going to be a 3-all game, 3-all tie. And a pretty chaotic, exciting thriller that we've seen for all 3 games now. Braza get a point, as do Perth United. Both teams probably deserved a point in that game, so tightly contested. And all credit as well goes to Boy, who made that massive, massive save in that 10-metre penalty at the end. What a game it was. Tomorrow we have a big slate of games coming up as well, so make sure you tune in tomorrow night. So we just get the stats up on the screen. As you see on the screen now, you can see that fairly even game all round. Possession was fairly even. In the end, United had more of the ball. Shots, pretty much every single stat in the game was so tightly contested. So a draw probably is the fair result, but we will see you tomorrow. So have a good night, and we'll be back tomorrow night.